Three 17-year-old students who are students at Randallstown High School organized this huge display right now. We're seeing hundreds right now on Liberty Road, if you know a little bit about Randallstown, taking over this side of the street as they're peacefully protesting throughout the streets. We actually just left the Baltimore County substation where hundreds of people were taking a knee for racial inequality and police brutality in the nation, including the Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski. We actually spoke with one of the organizers, and this is what they had to say.
I want to be able to look back and tell the people who came after me, or like my kids or whoever, that like I was a part of the movement. You know, we're making history right now with Corona and, you know, police brutality, and I want to be able to say I did something, I played my part, and I was standing on the right side of history.
It feels like something is happening and that people are taking this seriously, and I think that again it's our job as leaders and elected officials to listen and but then to also have that sense of urgency to act after we listen. And so, you know, that's the message when I show up, is that I'm here to listen, I'm standing alongside you, and I'm ready to act with you.
Now, once again, hundreds of people right now traveling along Liberty Road in Randallstown on their way back to Randallstown High School, where a rally is planned for at 6:15. Of course, we'll have the latest on this protest tonight at 10 and 11. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio, live in Randallstown. I'm Trey Ward, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, Trey, thank you. Also in Baltimore County, in Towson, more than 1,000 people lied down outside the courthouse in a powerful display of solidarity. For more than 8 minutes, protesters remained silent, either lying down or kneeling to mark George Floyd's final moments.
We have to understand that this was a murder. This was not an innocent killing. It didn't have guns. It didn't have any of that. This officer killed him with his own body. So that's the significance of laying on the ground. Empathy is how we move forward, and the only way we move forward is to feel what he felt.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
And this is Lutherville, where more than 500 people line the streets to show their support, many kneeling along the side of the road in silence and solidarity.
Innocent Black lives should not be lost at the hands of the people who are meant to protect us. These victims of police brutality are tragic reminders of our nation's past. We cannot fix the past, but we can change the future. No justice, no peace.
In Annapolis, dozens marched from Navy Stadium, walking all the way to the waterfront there. One of the speakers at today's rally is a member of the Maryland House of Delegates and represents the city. She says the root of these protests goes back hundreds of years.
To have a march that is symbolizing justice come together here at the city dock, where the shores were the first touch point in the state of the United States for enslaved Africans. The symbolism of that and the absolute point of reconciliation that is, I cannot underscore enough the importance of that.
And by the way, there will also be a vigil for George Floyd tonight at 8 o'clock at Susan Campbell Park. And in Baltimore, the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity held a silent protest in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement.
The dehumanization of black men, women, and children in America has gone on for 401 years. It's time to change. We are not saying that police are bad. We are saying that the systems in place that allow for individuals to operate in hate under the guise of law enforcement, that continue to slay, murder, terrorize, torture, and degrade black and brown people. It's time to change, and the time for change is now. Every day and every hour, there are black and brown victims of police brutality. We cannot name them all.
Everyone who was there knelt in silence for 8 minutes and 46 seconds to remember George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and all those who have lost their lives.